Thailand's nightlife has plenty of reasons that you will fall in love with the place and become addicted to it, but there are also things that make people absolutely hate it. You've got plenty of bars, plenty of girls, and lots of fun to be had, but mixed in with that are the scams, the drunks, the rip-offs, and moments that can turn a good night into a bad one very fast. The cheap drinks, the girls, the freedom, and the madness. And yeah, all that's real and fun. But if you stay long enough, you start noticing the other side of it too. The scammers, the idiots who ruin it for everyone, and the small ways the place tries to take a little extra out of your pocket. This isn't about talking crap about Thailand. I personally love the nightlife there, but it's about calling it how it is. I've gone over a few things that I really love about the nightlife and the things I absolutely hate. So let's begin with the things I love. Number 1, endless choice. You can walk out any night in Bangkok or Pattaya and there's always something going on. Every street has its own kind of madness. You've got beer bars playing loud music next to each other, little hole-in-the-wall bars, gents club, and even normal bars if you fancy a quiet drink. You are never stuck. If a place isn't your thing, you just finish your drink and go next door. It's that simple. You don't need a plan when you go out. You just walk until something tickles your fancy, and then you step inside. Either that or you'll get dragged inside by one of the girls that will be standing outside. If you want something more relaxed, that's not hard to find either, with a lot of rooftop bars around. If you want craziness that Thailand is known for, head into one of the go-go bars or one of the soys with 20 bars next to each other. There's plenty of them around. Everything is within reach. You can start the night off with a quiet drink, and 2 hours later, you are deep in a go-go bar. There is really no shortage of options. That's what makes it addictive and fun each night. Even after years here, people still find new bars they've never been to before, and there is no shortage of new bars opening every week. One opens, another closes, someone changes the layout, someone adds a pool table, new girls, new staff. The nightlife is always fresh. You don't feel like you are stuck doing the same routine every weekend. Places like Pattaya and Sukhumvit Road in Bangkok, it's easy to move between the areas. Most places are walkable, but for those that are a bit further, there are motorbike taxis everywhere and you can be across town within minutes. I always recommend to people coming to Thailand for the first time to check out as many areas as you can and not stay in one place. One area full of backpackers, another with older expats, another with Thais. There's so many areas. You never really have to force a good time here. You just step outside and you wander. That's why so many people say they came for a week and ended up staying for months. Once the nightlife pulls you in, it doesn't really let you go. Number 2. Prices feel cheap compared to the West. Prices in Thailand have gone up, especially in Bangkok. Areas like Nana Plaza can feel really expensive. It's all about where you go. You can still find beer for a good price if you go just one soy over from the main tourist places. The old-timers here will vouch for how cheap it used to be compared to now. The prices in some places do feel really ridiculous. That being said, it is still a lot cheaper than the West. Well, it's a lot cheaper from where I'm from anyway. Most guys who come here can't believe how far their money goes at first, compared to back home. That's what keeps people going out so often. You can have a full night, drink, food, taxi home, and a bit of entertainment if you get me. and still you would have spent less than half of what you would in a Western city. You don't need to be rich to have a good night out here, though the more money you have, the more fun you will have. Of course, once you begin buying lady drinks or bar fines, that changes fast, and if you find a bar girl that you like, you are going to end up spending way more than you planned. But it's all in good fun. As long as you know what you are getting into, you don't mind the extra money going out. It's not really about finding the cheapest drinks, it's about having fun. If you go into a bar, the drinks are reasonably priced, the staff are nice, and the girls are giving you attention, then it's worth it. You pay a fair price and actually enjoy what you get. Number 3, female company. One of the biggest reasons, and it's no mystery, why guys love Thailand's nightlife is how easy it is to meet women. You don't need to be ripped and looking like Brad Pitt. Just have a bit of money for the night, then you walk into a bar and you say hello. There's always some girls waiting for customers to walk in so she can give you some attention and get some lady drinks in return. You get attention here that most guys don't get back home. They will sit and talk to you, ask you questions, and actually listen to what you say. It's part of the game, sure, but it feels good, and trust me, a lot of these girls are fun to be around. After a few days of that, you start to see why so many men say Thailand feels like a reset for their confidence. The fun part is how open the whole thing is. You don't need to guess if a girl is interested or not. In the bar scene, it's all out in the open. She's working, you are drinking, and you both know what's going on. As long as you remember that it's not anything more than work for her, then your time in Thailand will be amazing. Sometimes that's all you need. No pressure, no expectations, just a laugh and some good company for a couple of hours. Nothing has to happen after the bar. If you want just company, that's fine too. Plenty of guys go out to have a few drinks with a girl who's just friendly and funny. You play a few bar games, get a bit tipsy, and you have fun. Just be warned, some of these girls can drink Western men under the table. That is, of course, if they are actually drinking alcohol. Of course, money's always part of the deal, but it's clear from the start, nobody hides it. You pay for the time, the attention, and the fun. That's how it works. The people that think it's any more than that are the guys you hear about in these horror stories. You can call it fake if you want to, but the truth is, most guys don't care. They come for the laughs, the attention, and the stories to take home with them, and that is it. Number 4, easy to meet people. A lot of guys, they come to Thailand solo, and to be honest, I think that is the best way. But I notice a lot of people are on the fence about coming solo, worried that they won't have a good time if they go out alone. You can go out alone in Thailand and not feel weird about it. Plenty of people do that, including myself. You won't be alone for long. You will see that a lot of other guys, they go out alone, and more than likely, you will end up chatting to one of them. Some of my best friends that I have, I met in bars in Thailand, just by going out alone and ending up in conversation with them. You'll sit down at a bar, order a drink, and someone will start talking to you before you finish it. Locals, other tourists, staff, everyone's open. Nobody cares where you are from or what you do, they just want to have a chat and have fun. You don't get that cold feeling like in some Western bars, where people guard themselves. Here, a smile and a beer go a long way. You can end up drinking with a group of strangers who become your friends for the night, and you'll probably end up going out with them again during your holiday. A lot of that comes from the staff too. They remember the faces, the names, what you drink. You go back a second time and they treat you like you've been coming for years. And then you have the bar girls in there. If you are generous with the lady drinks, they for sure are going to remember your face. So, don't worry about coming solo if that is what is bothering you. Everyone's on holiday mode, trying to have a laugh, not start any drama, and just have a good time. That's why so many guys say they feel more alive here than anywhere else. Number 5. The types of bars. Thailand has got every kind of bar you can think of for the type of night you want. Depending what you are into, you can find bars that have live rock bands, comedy nights, gentlemen clubs, and of course, the famous go-go bars. So really, you could begin the night in a quiet bar, move on to watch some live music, and then finish the night in a go-go bar. A lot of tourists come here thinking it's only about the stuff you see online, just go-go bars and girls. Of course, yes, if that is all you are after, then you're going to have an easy time finding it, but there is way more to it than that. There are bars where customers can actually fight in the ring to get a free bucket of beer. Bars that do crazy fire shows. It's chaos, but it's good chaos. Number 6. Day drinkers. A lot of people come to Thailand that are more of a daytime drinker than a nighttime drinker, and they see pretty quick that you don't have to wait until dark to start drinking. The bars open early, and especially bars on places like Beach Road in Pattaya, they will soon fill up once the day starts going. I can't speak much for Bangkok, but places like Pattaya and Phuket, they make it too easy. You walk down a street at 1 PM and it's already alive. Some guys never even make it to the night time and head home in a complete mess. It's a whole different feeling from the night time, and I feel the girls are less pushy in the day, but that might just be my experience. Day drinking here is not really looked at like it is in the West. Back home, people see day drinkers as alcoholics, but in Thailand, it's perfectly normal. Me personally, I prefer day drinking in Pattaya compared to the night time, but again, that is just me. That's just a few things that I and many people love about the nightlife in Thailand. Now, here are some things I personally hate. Number 1. Lady drink pressure. A lot of the bars will have bar girls inside working. In fact, almost all of them will. And they are looking for commission on lady drinks and more. Although it is fun to do when you go out, sometimes you want to just sit alone, drink and relax. But once you sit down in these bars, you are a walking ATM. Before you've even ordered yourself a beer, someone's sat next to you asking you to buy her a drink. You say no, she acts sad, says something funny and leaves. Then another one tries. It can feel endless sometimes when you just want a quiet drink. Some guys can't relax because they're just getting asked every few minutes. The prices aren't crazy, but it's the constant push that annoys you. You are not a cheap Charlie, you are just not in the mood for any female company right now. In quieter bars, it's fine, but in the heavy tourist places around Pattaya or Bangkok, it's part of something that you have to get used to. I know they are just doing their job, the girls make a living off of those drinks, but when you are getting hassled non-stop, it just gets really annoying and you end up leaving. The best thing to do is to find the bars where the girls don't push too hard, then just visit those bars again when you want a quiet drink. Number 2. Prices creeping up every year. Every old timer will tell you the same thing. It's not as cheap as it used to be. The days of 50 baht beers are long gone in tourist areas. Even the small bars are raising prices because rent and electricity keeps climbing. It's still cheaper than the West, but you can really feel it with how it used to be. You get a few beers, a couple of lady drinks, a bar fine, and now that cheap night out isn't so cheap after all. Tourists don't notice much and they probably don't care, but long-timers, they sure do. A lot of bars, they blame inflation, some blame the landlords, but it's simple. If people keep paying, the prices keep rising. And they do, because there's always a new arrival of 2-week millionaires who don't care about the cost. The smaller local bars try to hold prices steady, but they get squeezed too, and eventually everybody ups their price. You can still find cheap places if you know where to look, but the good old cheap as chip nights, they're not there anymore. Don't get me wrong, Thailand is still fun, but it's not the bargain it used to be. Number 3. Bargirl Romance Scams. The majority of guys that go to Thailand for the nightlife, they know it's a temporary thing when you get talking to a girl in a bar. Even the girls know this, and if you stick to believing this, then you should be fine. But some girls will try to make it feel more than just work, and some guys will actually fall for it. In reality, it really catches a lot of guys. They meet a girl at a bar, she's sweet, gives a lot of attention, feeding him all the lines, stays with him a few nights in a row, and starts calling him her boyfriend. Now he's fell for everything. He thinks it's real. Next thing you know, he's sending her money, paying bar fines every night so he can date her, and buying her stuff. It's not always a scam, I guess, and if he's falling for it, why should she stop? She's doing her job, keeping a customer happy, and he's thinking it's the beginning of something serious. A lot of heartbreaks start this way. Guys think they found something genuine, but they forget they met her in a bar. Feelings mixed with business is not a good thing. But what is annoying about this is that for us guys that know it's business and nothing more, the girls will still try and convince you with lies. We like it when both sides know it's just fun. Enjoy the company, pay what is agreed, and move on. No promises, no drama. But plenty of newcomers fall hard because they want to believe it's different this time. Someone always learns the lesson the hard way. Although it has worked out for some people, I personally don't think the bar is the place to find love, no matter how good it feels in the moment. Number 4. The rules change overnight. The thing about Thailand that many guys that live here will tell you is that they are forever changing the rules. They have changed things around that much, people don't know what's true and what's not. There is something on the news every other week about a new law to do with the nightlife here. Just recently, it's been the closing time. Apparently, customers get fined now for drinking in a bar after 12, though this new rule is only for bars outside of the entertainment zone. It really doesn't make any sense at all, so just do a little bit of research before you come to Thailand for the first time. Chances are, the rules would have changed again by the time you're ready to board your flight. There's never any warning, no reason, just a new order from somewhere. Thailand runs on a mix of written rules and this week's rules, and the nightlife feels it more than anything. Bar owners hate it, tourists don't understand what's happening, and people are just left following what everyone else is doing. It's just the Thai way of doing things, and if you are planning on living here, then it's something you're going to have to get used to. Quiet changes, quick enforcement, then back to normal a few weeks later. Long-timers laugh about it because they've seen it 100 times. You stop asking why they are doing this and just ignore it until it all blows over. Number 5. Idiot foreigners. Every country and every city has got them, the loud, drunk foreigners who thinks the whole place revolves around them. And Thailand is no different. Unfortunately, you will see them around, shirt off, shouting in the street, trying to start fights with anyone who looks at them wrong. It doesn't matter if it's Bangkok, Pattaya or Phuket. there's always a few who give everyone else a bad name. They are easy to notice. They can't handle their beer, they think they're God's gift, and they're talking crap to other foreigners, then start acting like they own the bar. Some will even shout at the staff over the bill. Others mouth off to the bar girls who barely said a word. It's not just the locals that get sick of them either. Other foreigners hate being around that kind of person. Nobody wants to be sitting next to some drunk guy trying to prove how tough he is. A lot of these guys bring their problems from home. They come here angry, bitter, or looking for attention, and the crazy nightlife will make it worse. Nobody is impressed by them. It just makes them look more pathetic. You'll see some of them play hero too, putting themselves into other people's business, acting like they are saving the day. They don't realize they are the problem. The funny part is, most of these guys wouldn't act like that back at home. But Thailand gives them a bit of false courage, and they lose their mind. They forget they are the guest in someone else's country. Every expat or long-timer learns to spot trouble before it starts. If a Farang is being too loud, too drunk, or too touchy with the staff, you just move to another bar. You don't want to get caught up in whatever comes next. When locals lose it, it never ends well for the foreigner. Thai people stick together, even if that means outnumbering the Farang, and it always ends badly for the Farang when that happens. It can be one of the worst parts of the nightlife, watching a few idiots ruin the reputation for everyone else. Most people are there to relax, have a laugh, and go home in one piece. But it only takes one clown swinging punches in the street to ruin the whole thing. Number 6. Bill padding. Although this doesn't happen as much nowadays as people are aware of, it still happens now and again, and it frustrates the hell out of me, especially when it happens in a bar that you like. How it works normally is that you are looking a bit worse for wear and you've bought a few lady drinks in there. They may put an extra bill or two for drinks that you never had. That's bill padding, small little scams that rely on drunk customers not paying attention. It's usually just a few hundred baht, never big enough to start drama over. That's how they get away with it. Most tourists don't want the problems, so they just pay and they leave. If you question it, sometimes they will smile and say they made a mistake, but sometimes they can get defensive and demand that you pay. It's funny how the mistakes always happen in their favour. It's not every bar, but enough do it that you start double checking every time. Most of the staff and girls in the bar are good people, but there's always someone trying to skim a little off the top. Always keep checking your bill. Better yet, just pay as you go every time you get a drink, and that way you'll never be the guy complaining that he's been ripped off. Number 7. Bargirl Jealousy. People don't actually realise this until they experience it. If there's one thing that catches guys off guard in Thailand, it's how jealous bargirls can get. You think it's all fun and games and that she is just doing her job. Then you walk into the same bar the next night and start talking to a different girl, and suddenly the first one is staring at you like you belong to her. They don't hide it either. If they like you, they make it obvious, and if you switch to another girl, they make that obvious too. The way she sees it, you were buying her drinks last night, you bar find her. To her, you are her ATM and nobody else's. The funny thing is, you didn't even promise her anything. You bought her a drink, had a laugh, maybe took her out once, and now she's acting like you broke some unspoken rule. That's how it works in the bargirl world. Once a girl decides you are hers, even for short time, the whole bar knows about it. If you try to move on to one of her friends, you'll feel the tension before you even sit down. Some girls don't say anything. They just give you that fake smile that means, yeah, alright, do whatever you want. But other girls, they go loud and they make it known. And don't think the friends will back you up. If one girl has already claimed you, the others don't want the drama. They will walk away and tell you, maybe next time. That bar is basically closed to you unless you pick the same girl again, or wait until she has the night off. The best move is simple. Pick the girl you actually want from the start. Don't bounce between 3 or 4 girls testing the waters. These girls work together, live together, and they gossip like girls do. I mean, it's good to get attention, but the reason I put it in things you will hate is because 99% of us don't want our holiday spent with the same girl. And if you like that bar and want to go often, then you're out of luck. Buy one girl a drink and her friend suddenly won't even look at you. If you smile at her friend the next night, and now you've got 2 problems instead of 1. It's not the end of the world, but it can make the night awkward. There is no shortage of bars, so if you want variety, change bars, not girls in the same bar. Don't take it as the girl likes you either. Half of the time, they are not jealous over you, they are jealous over the money. So that's it for now. There are plenty of reasons why people love and hate the nightlife in this beautiful country, but to anyone on the fence, you really have to go and experience it for yourself. No guides or stories quite compare to seeing it for yourself just how crazy the nightlife can be.